I just got out of the shower. Hold on. I'm going to talk about smoking and why you should not pressure someone into quitting smoking. And I know that people, like, you care. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. I know you care and all about this person, but don't pressure them because you're just going to end up turning them against you. And I'm going to explain why in a minute here. Okay. Speaking of which, I need to have one. Okay. So, I know my clothes don't match. I just got home from school and I'm just relaxing. Okay. One thing you need to know is smokers are fully aware of what they're doing to themselves. I'm actually really educated on smoking. Also, something else you need to understand, it is just like every other drug addiction. Cigarettes are as addicting right next to heroin. Those are the top 2 most addicting drugs out there. So you cannot go and pressure someone to quit because that's just going to end up making them hate you. Second, a smoker cannot quit smoking unless they are ready and they are just like, no, I don't want it anymore. If someone is still smoking, let them. They're not going to be smoking the rest of their fucking life. They're not. I know I'm not. I'm not ready to quit smoking. I have tried to quit 7 or 8 times. Now, that is because I am not ready. And I have a bad habit of trying to force myself to do things and push myself. And every time that I tried to quit smoking and pushed myself to quit smoking, it always ended up in a bad result. And I always ended up relapsing and right back at it again because I'm not ready. So there's no point in trying to push someone to quit smoking because you know what? They're not going to quit. It's just not going to happen. So don't be a douchebag and fucking try and tell them to quit smoking because they're fully aware. I'm fully aware of what I'm doing to myself. But I haven't been smoking that long. And it takes years upon years upon years in order to get any serious health issues. And I've only been smoking since I was 17 and I'm 20 years old now. I'm not really worried. I have family members that have been smoking since high school and they're in their 50s now. Now then I'd be worried. Yeah, and the reason I say, like, don't tell people that is because they are going to turn against you. Mark my words. If you keep pushing them, and you keep pushing them, and you keep pushing them to do something that they don't want to fucking do and they are not ready for, then they're gonna get rid of you. And I'm experiencing something like that in my life right now, and it's really annoying, and I'm probably not going to get rid of them as a friend, but I will probably talk to them about it if they keep it up and say, hey, just like knock it off. And you're really never going to understand smoking unless you're a smoker yourself. Like, for an example, I have a friend whose parents, her dad was not a smoker, but her stepmom was. And her dad was like giving her shit all the time for it. And then he ended up smoking. And they almost divorced over this shit. And then he ended up knocking his shit off because he finally realized, being a smoker, that it's not that easy. Like I said, I've tried to quit 7 times, and I know someone who has tried to quit 32 times. If you force yourself to do something that you are not ready to do, you're not going to be successful, and you're just going to end up relapsing. I can't stress that enough to people. Don't push a smoker to quit. They will quit on their own. I tried to quit the last time I tried to quit, which was like 2 weeks ago. I tried to quit cold turkey. I ended up having a panic attack, and I was crying and called my mother. I'm not ready to quit. After that, I was just like, I was done. My mom was like, you have way too much crap on your plate right now. That's another thing. Don't try and quit if you have a lot of shit on your plate. I had a panic attack. I was in tears. I was like hyperventilating. I was like freaking the fuck out. And my mom, someone who doesn't even understand cigarettes at all, is completely against it, was like, you know what? Go buy a pack of cigarettes. We will worry about this in the future. I will pay for cigarettes while you're in school. And she finally, like, understood it. Like, you cannot push someone to quit smoking. It just doesn't work that way. You can't do that kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to really, really addicting drugs, like hard drugs, now that's something you want to push, because you never know. They could overdose on it and die. Cigarettes are legal, whether you like it or not. Sorry, but they are. And I'm an adult. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna quit when I'm ready. And I'm not ready to do it yet. God, basically, I mean, I believe everything happens for a reason. I am Catholic. I have a cross around my neck. I am Catholic. And, you know, God will give me the strength when I am ready to quit smoking. I know He will. So, I'm not too worried. I'm not. I'm still really young. I'm not worried. Don't pressure people to quit smoking. I cannot stress that enough. At the end of the day, if you keep pushing it, they're going to end up hating you. I had an ex-boyfriend in high school that I kept pushing it because I didn't understand. If you're not a smoker, you're not going to understand. You're just not, unless you start smoking yourself and you get addicted to it. You can't force someone to quit. But anyways, I had an ex-boyfriend, and I was doing the same shit that other people have done to me, where I'd be like, and then I didn't really realize how annoying it was, but I had an ex-boyfriend, and I told him he needed to stop smoking, yada yada yada, and we ended up breaking up. So, like I said, it's just gonna end badly. Don't push people to do things they don't want to do. They're not gonna listen to you. And yeah, like, it's a very, very addictive thing. I can't stress that enough. People are gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. They are fully aware of what they're doing to themselves. This is America. We're educated on smoking and everything. I was educated on it in high school. Just don't fucking push people to quit smoking, because at the end of the day, they're gonna hate you. I mean, seriously, they're gonna hate you. And even if you're not intentionally doing it to piss them off, it's going to piss them off. Like, I know people that tell me that are not intentionally trying to piss me off. They just care about my health, and I know that. But I can't help that it pisses me off, because I can't help the fact that I can't quit right now. I can't. I've tried. I've been trying for 2 years straight to quit. And I just ended up stopping and just stopped trying, because when someone's ready to quit, they can put that cigarette down easily. They no longer want it, and I'm not in that stage right now. I cannot just say no to a cigarette. I want a cigarette. And that's how I know I'm not ready to quit. And not just that, I caved. As soon as my mom was like, just go buy a pack of cigarettes, I was like, okay. But if I really was ready to quit, I'd be like, no, Mom, I'm not buying a pack of cigarettes. It would be easy, and you could say no. So, I wanted to throw that out there, because a lot of people don't understand it. And it is hard, like, I get it. It's not easy watching people you care about smoking and doing bad shit to their body. Like, I'm fully aware that that's not easy. But you have to just wait it out. You have to. You just have to. I'm an adult. I'm gonna quit when I want to. I never have been the type of person to listen to what anybody says anyways. So, yeah, I mean, I learned the hard way. But I just need to throw that out there. People need to stop pushing other people to quit smoking, because it's not cool, and you're just gonna end up making an enemy at the end of the day. They're not gonna want to be your friend anymore. And I just had to throw that out there because I can't stress it enough. And I know it's not easy to understand if you're not a smoker, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're just gonna have to try to understand. Because smokers end up bitchy. I get bitchy if I don't have a cigarette. I'm a fucking raging bitch. They get anxiety, so they get really anxious. Just don't push people to do shit that they're not ready to do. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you're just going to end up no longer friends with that person or have any sort of relationship with that person at all, because they're just going to push you away, because they're going to feel like you don't understand at all, and you're not willing to understand at all about the addiction. And it's very highly addictive. I'm very educated on what it does to your body. So I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody who doesn't know. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Same with every other person who smokes out there. They're not going to listen to you. They're not. I hate to break it to you, but they're not. They're not going to listen to you. Because it's very addicting. And yeah, they are going to pick cigarettes over you. They will. I've done it to people. And I know it's probably feels like it hurts, but that's what an addiction is. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're addicted to something. If you don't have that something, you feel really sick. You get sick. Like if I go into withdrawal from cigarettes, I feel sick. And I don't feel good. And I feel the withdrawal. And then I get anxiety. And then I have freak out panic attacks. So just please try to understand. This is just advice, just in general. I'm not talking about anybody saying this to me. I'm just talking about this in general. Because my parents have done it to me. They've done it to me. And has that made me resent them a little bit? Yeah, it has. I'm not gonna lie, it has. Because I feel like they don't understand. And they don't understand. And I want them to try to understand, but they weren't even trying to understand until I had a fucking panic attack. I'm like, okay, so it takes me to have a panic attack for you to fucking understand? You know, so, yeah, just throwing that out there.